Smiling faces and beautiful faces here. And I want to thank my mom, first of all, Emily right there. I want to thank Amberly and Zena, who are up there greeting you, I think, and around here somewhere. I want to thank Rouge Salon and for everyone just for hosting us here today. I want to thank Golden Deli, wherever the Jim and Kathy, I don't know where they are. They're here somewhere, but they the food and the beer and the wine is all from them. Wow. I want to thank Asia Chow Mein for bringing the cheese wontons. And everyone else who made food. So thanks all for doing that. So we're all here, we're really a part of something huge today. So this is not the only party that's going on. There are over 200 of these house parties going on all throughout the state, in the Twin Cities and in greater Minnesota, everywhere. And it's really going to help expand our campaign and really build up this grassroots movement. So I just want to let you know you're part of something huge today. So thank you all for being here. And why are we here? We're here for this amendment. And I know some of us aren't too familiar with it, so I'm just going to explain it really quickly. So the amendment would define marriage as between one man and one woman, which would mean that myself and some people in this room and other gay and lesbian couples in Minnesota would be denied the freedom to marry, and the freedom to marry who they love. And to me, I think that's wrong, and I think a lot of us here think that's wrong as well, just because we live in a state that should allow freedoms for everyone. And so the reason that I do this work is for a couple of reasons. One, I think this amendment is like voting on who I am as a person, and when the vote comes, and if we lose, if this amendment passes, it would make me feel like the state does not want me to be here, and it would tell me that I'm not welcome here, and that the people that I care about are not welcome here either. Another reason why I do this work is because our opposition is really mean. They're like the meanest people ever. They will literally say and do anything to get what they want, and it's worked. So recently, a couple months ago, a report was released that showed their strategies to divide communities by and drive wedges between racial and gay communities. And to me, as a gay Asian American, that's me, and that's my communities. Those are my friends. It's my family. It's people in this room here today. And as we're working together to try to bring people together, bring communities together, they're out there trying to tear them apart, and just completely destroy communities. And I think that's so wrong in so many different ways. So I do this work because I'm basically here defending myself. And defending the people that I love. So that's why I do this work. And like I said, they're going to be saying and doing a lot of different things that are just so hurtful to so many different people. And they're not going to stop. And so what I'm saying is we're up against a lot. And what they've done has worked in 30 other states. We've lost this fight in 30 other states. We've never won this fight anywhere in America. And so, we've lost in California, we've lost in Maine, our neighbors in Wisconsin have lost, they've lost. 2 weeks ago we lost in North Carolina. We're on a losing streak. And I'm not saying this to get everyone discouraged, but I'm saying this to just let you all know what we're up against. So, but I do believe we have a chance here in Minnesota. Because I think Minnesota is different. And we have a lot of time, a lot more time than other states have had, and we have a new strategy, right? We're using a strategy that's never been used in any other state before. One that actually talks about gay and lesbian couples, one that is about having conversations with people about why this is important. And so I encourage all of us to continue this conversation, because the conversation is what's gonna help us win. We know that in California, the people who didn't have the conversation, they voted against us. And when people have had the conversation with their friends are twice as likely to vote with us. That's the power of the conversations. But like, we can't do it alone, and so that's why you're all here. We absolutely cannot do it alone, and so again, I just want to thank you all for being here. I want to add when you came in, like I'm sure some of you have donated it, and so I just want to say like your money is very important, and it pays for a lot of different things. It pays for training volunteers, pays for phone lines and cell phones and clipboards, and like the office that I'm in right now doesn't have a copy machine, so it'll pay for that. Bumper stickers and lawn signs and computers, and most importantly, it pays for my salary. Yes, that's why it's important. We have a goal of raising $10 million on this campaign. $10 million. So if you divide that up from like starting in January, that's $1 million a month. That's a lot of money. But it's happening. We're on our way. We're not there yet, but we're on our way. And so my cousin, a couple weeks ago, my cousin Philip, he donated $500. He's not here today, because, and so he donated $500. If all of us today donated $500, that's $25,000. $25,000. I'm not saying that you all should be donating $500 because I could not do that. And so, if you haven't given yet today, I'm just gonna ask you to just like give what you can, because it really matters. This is really important work for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you in this room, because that's why you're here. And in addition to that, like if you can't give, you can also give your time. We need tons of people to do this work. We need to talk to we need to have over 1 million conversations is what we're saying. And so Sophia has donation envelopes right here. She's going to be walking around. If you haven't gotten them yet, take one from her. There's options to check like if you want to volunteer and stuff like that too. And so with that, again, I just want to thank you all for being here. And I hope that your investment in this campaign doesn't stop here today. I hope for many of you it starts today, and that you can continue to do this work to help us win in November. Does anyone have any questions about what's happening and what's going on? All right, so there's lots of food, there's lots of wine, there's lots of beer. Like, grab that, donation envelopes. Otherwise, have a great time. Thanks so much for being here again. One more thing. I know a lot of you came because Robin Robinson was going to be here. But she's not here anymore, so I'm sorry. All you guys meet, so thanks.